this evening's event. Richard Sheffield and Scott Robertson are extremely excited to welcome you here today. Headlining tonight's card is the eagerly awaited trilogy between Sam Stout and Abu Bakr Siddiq under professional kickboxing rules. But before we have an action-packed, exciting card featuring the finest up-and-coming talent the UK has to offer, just a couple of introductions. So today's IBMTO officials at ringside include Dan Fall, Craig Willis and head judge Paul Trout. Kickboxing judge Adrian Abdullah. When the action begins, your men in charge will be Steve Broom and Chris Podesta. So, before the action begins, the promoters would like to thank tonight's sponsors, Seriously Smoking Burger Outlet, and following the show there will be an after party at the Grove Snake Casino with a drinks reception on arrival, and it is a free bet for all MTGP guests wearing a valid wristband. There's also a raffle taking place during today's event to support a young and upcoming athlete travel his fulfilled dream, so please donate generously. Now, we're going to get straight into the action. Ladies and gentlemen, we have got a stacked card for you. So today's first fight is an N-class bout at 3 rounds of 2 minutes. Introducing first, fighting out of EI Muay Thai in Sheffield, Jake Longford. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of Northern Kings in Newcastle, Finn Welch. Bout of 3 rounds of 2 minutes at 58 kilos. Introducing first, the white corner. Fighting out of EI Muay Thai in Sheffield, Jake Longford. And introducing his opponent in the black corner. Fighting out of Northern Kings in Newcastle.
So to start the show, 3 2-minute rounds of novice Muay Thai. Jake Longford, EI Muay Thai in the white. Finn Welch, Northern Kings in the black. Black shorts for Jake, white with the black trim for Finn, and it's Finn that steps centre ring, looking to back Jake up. Sharp kicks exchanged by both young men. Checks the kick and fires back this time, Finn. Little shimmy there. Checking the kick, Jake, as Finn retains that centre ring. Powerful rear leg shots from both. The southpaw stance you'll notice from Finn Welch. Steps forward, chops low with the kick, checked by Jake. Good fast-paced start to the bout. Rear left hand from that southpaw stance to the body before throwing those big kicks in again. And I like the way Finn sets up those fast hands with those chopping low kicks. Steps in, looked for the teep to the face. Jake saw it just at the last second. Warned about the travelling there. Just misses with her own kick. Takes that rear leg from Finn, who's looked to retain the centre, looked to be coming forward consistently. It's subtle pressure. Excellent start to Muay Thai Grand Prix here in Sheffield from these two young men. And into our first clinch of the bout. And immediately you saw, once the clinch was released, how Finn looked to push forward. Jumps in with that leg and then those fast hands, the boxing over the top. And Finn really got the left knee working well there. Step, caught to the groin. And our referee's having none of it. He's saying continue. Well, it was right at the end of the round. Two very good young men in that ring. But I feel that this young man, Finn Welch, really forced the pace, kept centre ring, and for me took that opener. Checks the kick from Jake, both, and then just slipped there as he threw the kick, Finn. His hand speed has impressed me as well as the kicking power and the ring control. Jake looked to close the gap there to come into the clinch. Little shimmy from Finn, steps away from the kick. Inside leg kick. Chopping away, keeping Jay backed up against the ropes as he did in the first round. Steps in, there's the fast hands to the midsection. Steps in and out, then jumps in. Good defence there from Jake. But you feel across the opening round and a half, it is defensive manoeuvring from Jake. Creates the space there, Finn, to drive the knees in. Throws the teep, doubles up the kicks. Rear leg round kick, jab cross from Jake. Needs a good portion of this round now. Oh, beautiful combination work. And the icing on the cake was the left knee from Finn Welch there. So controlling 2 rounds so far. As we approach the last 30 seconds of the second round. Oh, works the hands up and down and then drives the knee in. Beautiful work to the body. And you could see it coming, couldn't you? The variety of the work. The knees and the hooks to the midsection. Beautifully timed. Wonderful combinations from Finn Welch. And young Jake Longford has to take that count. Late here in the second round. Driving that left knee in once more, and Jake, right at the bell, gets his second count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 step forward.
So 2 rounds down, and Jake Longford needs a huge third round. He's gutsy, but he's been on the back foot and under pressure. And Finn Welch set his stall out early in this bout, took the centre ring, backed Jake up. Devastating combination work with the hands and the knee. Big right hand over the top from Jake. He needs an equaliser. He needs a way back into this bout after those 2 counts in round 2. And again finds himself on the back foot as Finn steps in. Long lead teep. Chopping round kick off the rear leg from Jake, and you know this is where he doesn't want to be. Gets that check in there, Jake. Prevents the knees coming in from Finn. You wonder when he's going to let his hands go again in this third round. Here it comes. He's looking for that knee once more. Good turn from Jake here in the third. He's recovered well from those 2 knockdowns in the second. Stepping forward again, Jake. Just throws the kick, but Finn checks it. There's the boxing that sets up the knee, and it's the timing. Superb performance in this opening bout. What a performance from Finn Welch. Gutsy performance from Jake Longford. But it was a classic performance and a wonderful finish from young Finn Welch.